I almost have to jump to see the landscape. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm making my first photo here in Poland. So usually before a photography trip, I spend hours on Google Maps looking at street view and photos to figure out where the good spots are to photograph. But here in Poland, not that easily actually. And the street view car from Google Maps doesn't drive everywhere here in Poland because the landscape is so wide, which basically means planning didn't really work out this time. So this time it's gonna be without the plan, and it's gonna be more like an adventure. My main subject in this composition is a tree that's half alive and half dead. It's fighting for its life here in this beautiful landscape. I've walked here from the place we're sleeping. It's like 20-minute walk or something. I've got like a 360 view in this landscape. But where I'm standing now, the grasses are super high, so it's also a little bit difficult to make a really good composition here, especially now when it's still dark. That's why I'm making this photo of this tree with the stars, and I'm waiting for the sunrise a little bit, but I think I'm gonna stop photographing before the sun is up. I think I only want to have the morning glow on the left side of this picture. But yeah, I think it's not bad for a first morning shoot here in Poland. What a beautiful country. I was very surprised that it's that beautiful because it wasn't on the planning to come here very soon. But here we are. And this composition is gonna be like more of a composite composition because before the sun was already shining that bright. It's not bright yet because we're still a little bit before sunrise, a few minutes. But before that, the sky was so dark we could see a lot of stars. But now I'm also gonna put the stars in that I got this morning with the glow of the sunrise to make it a little bit like a warm or a warmer tone with the left side the sunrise and on the right side the stars again, like in my previous video. If you didn't see that, I will put a time card here. Go watch it after this video, not now, because I'm gonna show you a lot of more compositions. But then I'm gonna go back onto the walking path because it's a little bit higher, because now I'm standing here in the grass and I'm not a big person and the grass is so high. I almost have to jump to see the landscape. I'm starting to feel like I want to rush and stop this composition and take the telelens out, start photographing the landscape a little bit, but the sun is not even up yet, so I don't know if it's going to be a smart move to stop this composition. There's another composition a little bit back that I also want to photograph with the sunrise. But there's a lot of clouds, you can see it here, the cloud bank, that are blocking the sunrise, so I'm struggling a little bit. Should I go and wait there for the sunrise? Because there's also a beautiful view, also a more, how do you say it? This is also super open, but more an open view towards the sunrise. Now I'm just in between, like the sunrise is on the left side. We're not completely into the composition. Oh, I was almost out of frame. Here I am. So I took out the telelens for this composition. I already took a horizontal picture and also a vertical picture. I'm not sure yet which one is the best, the horizontal or the vertical. We got a little bit lucky and unlucky with the conditions that I'm having right now. The sun is blocked by a very big cloud on the horizon, but we also have some clouds going through the landscape, so that creates for a cool atmosphere in this landscape. And you see the mountain tops or the hilltops here in the landscape, and all those layers, the mist in between or the clouds in between. It's not the greatest because the light is a little bit flat, but it's also super cool because you can see far into the landscape. You can see all those layers, and that's what I like in a picture like this. There isn't any light getting onto the landscape, so we only have that soft glow onto the landscape. But for now I can show you the two pictures, the horizontal and the vertical picture of the layers in this landscape. Enjoy! This landscape has so much potential, but for now the sun is blocked. It's overcast. I see so much compositions that I can take, but I think they're not worth showing them yet because they're not at their potential, not at their best, and that's too bad because it was 5 o'clock this morning when I woke up, and that's a bit hard to wake up that early to not have any great compositions. I had so much in my mind, like when we were walking here yesterday, it was so sunny, and I was like, oh, there's a good composition, gonna shoot that, gonna shoot this. And now it's like, yeah, just boring light. Sometimes I see a little bit of blue sky, but it's just not enough to make the landscape go wow in my mind. I've took out the tail lens again, and it's still a bit overcast. The weather is starting to clear out a little bit. Here in front of me, the horizon, it's opening up and we start to see layers with some sunlight on it. And I've took a panorama picture of this beautiful view, and we can see the mountains super far into the back. The owners where we're staying at, they told us yesterday when we were walking here with the dog, they told us the mountains in the back are actually the mountains in Czech, so in Czechia, the land. So we can see from Poland into Czechia, or Czech. It depends how you want to say it. I don't know if it's the correct pronunciation in English, but it's so beautiful. We got some dark clouds on top of this composition. Then we got our beautiful landscape with all the layers and some mist or clouds into the landscape. And then our foreground is also a little bit darker because the trees are super close to us. There's nothing of a leading line or something. It's just the panoramic picture and just enjoying the layers upon layers. It's so nice. And with standing here, I start to see more and more into this landscape. So I took also just a piece of the landscape where we got Also a lot of layers, some clouds going through the landscape. You see the tops of the trees in this landscape, and then further into the back we got our beautiful mountaintop. That's in Czech. If it's true or not, I don't know. What a landscape. Because yesterday when we were driving here on the small roads, it actually looks a little bit like the Belgium roads in the Ardennes. It's also a little bit hilly and beautiful trees and stuff. But then we don't have this view in Belgium with the layers upon layers and the mountains. I've walked back to our first composition of today to see if I can shoot from over there, because yesterday with the walk there was also a lot of cool pieces in the landscape that I want to photograph, but when I came there, everything on that side was still gray and boring light. So I came back down from the hill and start photographing here again. And maybe see a potential other landscape or another composition. You saw that I changed my composition. I went to vertical orientation, and I'm shooting here, somewhere here between the trees. I'm shooting the landscape, and it's like a V opening in the trees, and I'm using the trees in the foreground as our natural frame around this composition. And I'm shooting the landscape because I'm seeing the layers, and it's even better now because the first shot was a little bit too misty in the landscape, and now the mist or the clouds moved a little bit and we can see a little bit more of the layers in the landscape. So that's why I'm always looking around and not looking at you. So behind me, here in the landscape, there's a tree that my wife told me to take a photo of. Now it's not the best. Oh, sorry. Now it's not the best time to photograph it because, like I thought, the light isn't too great. But I'm already gonna take a photo of it because you never know if I'm not gonna take it or so. But it's gonna be a better photo when it's sunset. But I'm gonna take it right now because I still think with the colors around it, it's still a nice composition. And maybe I can make the tree pop out of this dark forest. So let's see what we can do with this picture and with the colors surrounding this tree with the light bark on it. It's so beautiful because we are in the start of spring, so we start to see the change in the colors in the landscape or in the trees. Also in the landscape because there's less flowers, less color into the landscape. I'm also going to try to photograph it in a vertical composition. With the vertical composition, we still got some yellow leaves on top of it on the left side. I hope that's sharp because I don't know if it focused on the tree. Not too bad. The light could be a little bit better. And I'm also gonna try to photograph the stars here in Poland. So one evening here or two maybe, I'm gonna look for a cool tree, maybe the tree from in the first composition. They got a few apple trees that are looking. They got a few apple trees that are looking very cool. They got so much cluster. They look so like an old tree. They went through a lot. And then if I can photograph them maybe with the stars, that's a composition that I have in my mind for a very long time. I want to photograph the stars and with a cool looking tree that you're like, yeah, that's a nice tree. Back at the house. Check out the next video from this trip, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. I've just bumped my eyes up to 320 because there's so much wind, and on the other photos I had the feeling that the trees are a little bit blurry. I don't have a lot of time anymore, but the landscape is so beautiful. I think I'm gonna photograph towards the sunset in the hope we're gonna get beautiful colors. The sky is gonna be on fire.